Y'all have been asking me, how do you balance studying for the MCAT with Ramadan? I'm going to take a step back and ask myself and you whether we actually balance our professional aspirations with our religion at any point. Because Ramadan comes around and you actually feel that tension. You realize that there are all of these religious obligations and all of these professional and personal obligations. And it's hard for you to meet both of them. You're really conscious of that in Ramadan. So is it easier the rest of the year because you have fewer religious obligations? Or is it because you're not paying as much attention? If I'm being honest with myself, sometimes that is the problem. And a solution that I've found helpful is limits. What I mean by limits is most easily understood by looking at the way that I schedule my time. Anytime I build any schedule, it always starts with the things that make me human, the obligations that I'm not willing to compromise on, not an inch. Time for sleep, time for my wife, time for my kids, time for my prayers, time for exercise. That class of stuff goes onto the schedule before I put anything else on the schedule. Which means that the amount of space that I can devote to other things is limited. 2026, I think a lot of people think about it the opposite way, and they are miserable for it. Because they will let their obligations at school, at work, their career goals fill the schedule to the point of bursting, and then try to cram in some human element after that. But there's no space, because people are willing to compromise on sleep, on diet, on family, on everything. It means accomplishing their professional goals, and it doesn't work. We've proven it doesn't work. People aren't happy when they do that. So to answer the question of how do you study for the MCAT in balance with Ramadan, it's going to be individual to you, and you have to start by putting everything on your calendar that actually matters to you, your religion, and your being a healthy diurnal mammal. After that, figure out how you can plug in a consistent practice question-based study modality like the one I teach on my page. Just the other day, I was sitting with one of my clients helping them adapt their study schedule to Ramadan, and that's kind of the strategy that we took. Consistent application of an effective strategy works wonders. Doubly so if you're taking care of yourself in balance at the same time.